Welcome to the Real Estate Investing for Retirement podcast. Today, guys, I'm going to talk about limited beliefs. Okay? Nothing long, quick, short, to the point. Limited beliefs, guys. Limited beliefs is something that I think we all have. I've got Misty here with me today. She'll talk about it too, kind of give you her take on limiting beliefs as well. But the mindset is what I'm focusing on today. Is talking about the one thing that stops everybody is their limited beliefs, right? I know I've had limited beliefs. I'm sure Misty's had limited beliefs as well. But, believe it or not, if you guys didn't know, I'm a high school dropout. Dropped out of high school. My mom signed me out of high school when I was 17 years old. I tell people I was just too stupid to fail. I just didn't know any better, right? But, you know, I didn't have a choice to succeed. I had no choice but to succeed because I just burned my ships, right? There's different ways of getting around that. And that's kind of what I want to go over is how to get rid of those limiting beliefs, because by all means, I personally was supposed to fail. I was set up for it. Whereas like Misty, she's got a college degree, she had a nice job. How old were you when you had your first house?
22.
Yeah. So she bought it at 22 years old. She was more set up. That wasn't me. But, someone would look at me on the outside and go, man, this guy's like there's no way, right? And this doesn't make sense. So, but one thing that I would say that a mentor of mine would always say is it's just, I just burned the ships. I had no choice. And when I say burn the ships is, there's a story that I'm going to read this little bit that, you know, about burning your ships. So in the year 1519, Hernan Cortez arrived in the New World with 600 men, and upon arrival, made history by destroying his ships. This sent a clear message to his men that there's no turning back. And then 2 years later, he succeeded in his conquest of the Aztec Empire. So I heard that when I was probably about 15 or 16.
Before you dropped out of school.
Before I dropped out of school. Yeah, right? Yeah, before I dropped out, I heard that. And I thought to myself, I'm like, burn my ships. I'm just going to burn my ships. And I would always burn my ships. I'd burn all sorts of ships.
Still to this day.
I'd burn bridges. Just burn them. But the point is that it forced me in a situation that I had to succeed. I didn't have a choice. No matter what, I was going to succeed. And limiting beliefs didn't matter to me because I burned the ships and I had to move forward. So if you're in a situation where you're like, I'm not really sure if I can do this, I can't, burn the ships. Don't give yourself a way out. Too many people are like, I need a fallback.
A backup plan.
Dude, all the time, right? That's a college thing. You hear that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a backup plan. For what? Why do I have a backup plan?
It gives you an excuse.
Yeah. Gives you a way out. In case this doesn't work out. Well, I mean, if it doesn't work out, you'll figure it out. But let's go for it full force, right? So, so my tips for anyone who is dealing with limited beliefs, one of the first things is burn your ships. Put yourself in a position where you have to succeed. It's basically do or die is what it is. And the one thing I like that I heard not long ago that really resonated for me is that, failure is only permanent, if you quit.
Mm-hmm.
I've always heard that, it's only permanent if you quit. Doesn't matter, right? Who cares? And you're not going to die from it, unless you're doing that, hey, y'all, watch this. Then we're talking something different. But right now, we're talking about limited beliefs. So another thing is think outside the box, right? Don't follow the crowd. There are going to be individuals who are going to tell you, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. And if you're listening to those individuals, that limited belief is going to kick in. You're going to believe them and what they believe, and it's not going to work out because you have their limited beliefs, not yours. So think outside the box, don't follow the crowd, and that's where you solve those limited beliefs, right? I'm going to give you a quick little story about limited beliefs and not following the crowd. So if you know anything about when American Airlines tanked back in I think 2013, somewhere in there, 12, It was in that era, in the early teens of the 2000s. American Airlines was going bankrupt, and their stock dropped to somewhere along the lines of, I think it was like 27 cents. And I was buying stock at the time, and I thought, hmm, let's see what happens. And of course, I was at the time I was sitting on a good amount of cash, and I was like, I don't want to throw it all in there, but I wonder if I put $79 in,
So random.
right? It was like a number, right? This is the 79 bucks.
$79.
79 bucks. I think I bought like 27 cents a share, and it went up, started going up. And one of my best friends was like, "You need to sell. You need to sell." And I had a few others that were like, "You should sell. It's going up and it's going to drop." I was like, "I'm not. I'm not selling. I won't sell." I held out for management, and 79 bucks. And my friend sold. He sold out, and I didn't sell, and I kept it. And the $79, because I did not follow the crowd and the limited beliefs and those that were telling me to sell, I did what I thought was going to be the right thing. Trusted my gut. That $79 turned into $9,000. Now, had I been really risky and put in 20,000, we did the math, and that hurt my heart. But the point is, yeah, I mean, you're gonna spend that 79 bucks anywhere. You're gonna lose it on a meal.
On a Saturday night.
Yeah, Grimaldi's, Misty nice pizza bill. You're gonna lose that anyways. Another time. So why not hold out, right? So don't follow the crowd. Some of the biggest crowd that that will give you their limited beliefs is gonna be your own family. I know that's stuff that we've experienced over time ourselves. We've had family members who, you're not, you're crazy, you're not this, you're not that, but you can't listen to them, right? You gotta be able to block those people out. And then anybody out there that's listening to this, man, if you have a family member who's negative about things and doesn't believe in you, you may not believe in this, but I cut them out. That's just me. Snip, snip, and then the camera. Snip, snip. You go out. You got to go, because they're not helping you, right? If you know you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing, you're not hurting anybody, you're trying to build, you're trying to grow. Don't let a family member's limited beliefs, you can't hear that. You need to get that noise out, cut them out, you know, and cut them out doesn't mean like never talk to them again. It could just be limit your time around them. Don't spend so much time around that person. Don't really hang out with them. And that's a huge deal, because that will help you break through that. Because believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, some of the biggest haters you're gonna have is family members,
Mhm.
right? All day long. Hate, hate, hate. It's like Dave Chappelle. Hate, hate, hate. The haters ball. Hate, 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 hate.
Negative Nancy.
All day long. And you got to cut them out, and just maybe just less time with them. Not let them, or don't share what you're doing. That's another thing too. Don't share a whole lot, right? But one of the number one things I think to break through limited beliefs is going to be putting challenges in front of yourself. Because if you do that, once you conquer that challenge, it's going to increase your confidence to the next level, and it crushes that limited belief. And you'll have that next belief. You're like, and then you go and you challenge it and you crush it, and then it just goes away. Some people fear competition and fear those things. But if you do that, you go and you put a challenge in front of yourself and you get after it and you crush it or you accomplish it, you will then have the confidence to go do it again and do more. And that's how you get through that. Now, why does this all reply? This goes whether it's your work, your career, school, whatever you're doing, but this is also real estate investing. You got to have these, because otherwise you're going to sit back with a bunch of limited beliefs and you didn't do these things or handle these things mentally, and it's going to be hard to move forward as an investor, right? So, limited beliefs, guys, cut them out. And the best way to do that is to, shut it down by, challenging yourself, thinking outside the box, and then, accomplish those goals.
Who are you hanging around?
And who you're hanging around, family members, cut them out. If you're hanging out with friends that are, that don't believe in you, and you
Or
still want to,
distract you
or
from your
just
goals.
distract you, you got to cut them out. Spend less time around them. So, and then my favorite, of course, is to burn your ships. That's it. Just kind of backing on the list. Burn your ships, and that'll be the one to help you succeed. So, cut those limiting beliefs, and we'll catch you guys next time.